All right. So for my capstone project, I made a stats tracker for a specific video game, Slay the Spire. So the objective of my Sire app was to compile and display stats and statistics and information from the game and display it in a clear and understandable way for users to interpret and hopefully improve their future games and runs with this data. And this statistics show different sorts of things from the game. So the reason why I chose this project is because my love of the game is one of my most played games on Steam, 1,000 hours. And yeah, recently, coincidentally, the sequel came out recently, coincidentally. So I thought that would be a cool opportunity. And throughout this lifespan of, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, there hasn't really been any concrete site people use to like do this kind of thing to collect stats and stuff. There has been many different, but nothing really concrete. So I thought I would give my try at making one really like fleshed out and stuff. And by using the site, users were able to hopefully learn from these stats and improve their games in the future run. So for the front end of my project, it was using React, JavaScript, JXX, and I used Bootstrap for some extra styling libraries. The backend, I use Express to create my own CRUD API, and I also did use a external API as well. The database was I used on Neon, PostgreSQL, and for authentication and storage, I used everything on Firebase for Firestore, Fire storage, and Fire authentication. And some additional things I use Axios for fetching the API, NodeMon for the backend, and like just Git. So some challenges that I faced. For the first one that I encountered was handling file uploads, as that's the main point of my site is for users to be able to upload their runs and stuff. And this was the first time I've ever had to do this. So it was a kind of confusing and complicated thing to do. And also it was once you uploaded those files, you also had to, for me at least, also had to read the proper files and be able to parse that data into into data that I'll be able to use. And these run files, these JSON files are quite large and complicated, and yeah, they have complex nested JSON, and it was a real struggle to try and like comprehend everything in order to extract the data I need. And yeah, of course, since this is my full stack project, I had to connect all different sorts of services, my Firebase store, authentication, everything to my Express backend and to my front end, and making it all work together, making it be able to communicate to each other asynchronously and stuff. Yeah, was some trouble. So if you want to look at the site, you can scan the QR here. It'll take you to the site. If you're doing it on your phone, it might look a bit weird on it might look a bit weird on a mobile view, but yeah, give you guys like a few bit of time. Yeah, I hope everyone has scanned it. If you haven't, let me know. But yeah, for my demo, I'm just going to be presenting it live. So here's my site. Here's the main homepage. Here's the characters of the game. There's only 4 main characters. And if you're interested, you can just click whatever character you're interested in. So for me, I'm the most interested in the silent. It's my favorite character, so I click on it. It'll load a bit because it has to get a lot of data. And here it will show is the stats page for specifically the silent character. It will show how many runs total has been uploaded for this specific character. This is kind of like just a short leaderboard thing. This shows like, yeah, maybe might be the best player, at least that's using the site, their win rate in completing the game. Act 4 means like completing the game fully, how many clears, how many total runs. And it's some like users I can see, such as what are the most picked cards. You can see the most picked cards. It shows the picture, the name, what the card does, and the display. It is all using the external API that I use. So I like fetches the all the this image and the code name, the code description uses my external API in order to do this. I didn't have to like write any of this like manually or anything. It uses my external API. The most picked cards and it also shows size win rate cards as well. So the main part is like if you wanna and if you wanted to see like someone's profile, right now I'm not logged in. If you're interested, you can click on the profile again, it'll take you to the profile, some profile specific stuff, like yeah, how many runs, how many wins, losses, overall win rate, play time, yeah, shows that stuff. And if you want to upload your own run, you need to log in and stuff or make your own account. So I will log in real quick. Okay, once you logged in, the upload will be available. It will take you to this page and you can upload your run. You can drag and drop stuff or you can select a file. Both work. So I'm just gonna take a run here. One I have example. I'm just gonna take a random run and I'll drop it in here and it will show that it's uploading. And I'll tell you one file has successfully been uploaded. And you can see that if you go to your profile on the top right, you can see like the uploaded, where you can see what stuff you've already uploaded. So I've uploaded XML standard runs, all losses for on the uploaded. And yeah, by this way you can look at different stats of other people and just hopefully draw conclusions. So they see like, oh, damn, this backflip card is pick the card is good. So yeah, this would kind of gauge it yourself, like what's the best way, what to do in the future and stuff. And that's my demo for my app. So learning experiences, the main one was basically being able to work with data and yeah, in real world data and on a large scale because like if every user can upload their own run files, their own files, and they can obviously upload many different files at the same time. So all my data will be stored on a very large scale. Like you can look on my console, like there's a lot of very scary data to compile and to like parse through and stuff. It's yeah, a lot. And the experience was very painful and difficult, but yeah, I definitely learned a lot. And of course, as a being a full stack project, you have to deal with multiple different services, your Firebase, everything, authentication, storage, your backend. Yeah, just being able to work through that again and refine my skills, definitely something I had to do. UI and UX, yeah, very, very important. Like throughout my process of making this, quite often I would just ask someone like my brother usually for just advice, like what do you think, what do you look like? And yeah, almost every time you always obviously had something to say, some critique, and I'm pretty sure every time I always implemented one of those. And just goes to show that like how important it is to implement these changes and that there's always something to improve, especially for the user experience. Listing features based on usability kind of goes in with my planning because like yeah, obviously in the beginning I had a grand plan of what I wanted to do, what kind of data I want to use, but as I progressed the project, that would change. And that kind of could have been avoided, being made more efficient if I had planned better. Like I kind of maybe looked into it before I actually started the project, what kind of data I'll be able to extract, how I'll be able to do it. This planning also goes into my API, at least the external API that I use, because I had a bit of trouble before even using it. There was some issue and I had to use some backup or different one. So I guess this really taught me that yeah, planning like the architecture and stuff of your site or your app or whatever before you even code it is probably really, really important and will save you and your team a lot of time. So yeah, for conclusion, I made a full stack project for tracking stats from the game Slay the Spire. It processes .run and .json files uploaded by the user into useful data, and then the site displays that data and yeah, displays it into nice statistics for the user or whoever else to read and learn from it. And this whole thing integrates front end, my back end, my own back end, and as well as an external one, it's the external API, and it uses a database, that a scaling database that can be kind of grown infinitely because you can add more details. So you can ask the change the backend to extract different types of info in that format. So yeah, and I would like to thank Adam, the lecturer who taught us through this 3-month period, this project. Yeah, he's the goat. He's the one that stuck us to it all and taught us everything. So yeah, I'd like to thank him. Thank you very much.